Welcome back to my channel, guys. And this is where I'm going to tell you guys why cash flow doesn't really matter a whole lot. And you need to make money in different ways than cash flow. Because number one, cash flow is slow. Okay. So, and you don't want to be slow in the real estate game because there's other ways to make money to get your currency up quicker so you can buy. Rentals are more for long term. Okay. So if you want long term investment, then you want to go buy a rental. If you want to scale your business up, you don't want to go buy one rental. It's going to take you literally years and years to be able to become lucrative and profitable off of one rental property. So you want to start probably by either wholesaling real estate if you don't have any money, or the next way is to just go out and flip properties if you got some money already saved up, capital, and you know how to do it. See, first you need to go ahead and go out and get as much information as you can because education is going to be key. Now, everybody's going to try to sell you something here and there. You know, I'm going to give you it to you raw. Every video, I'm going to give it to you raw, uncut footage, right? It's not going to be a lot of editing and playing around and faking. It's just going to be raw footage, okay? And a lot of times, I'm going to be out at the properties actually doing work, actually putting in work, like not working on the property, but I'm gonna be out there managing my property. I'm gonna be managing the contractors. I'm gonna be helping out here and there. I'm gonna be going out to the stores, helping out getting materials. I'm gonna be doing all this stuff on this channel. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of lives and vlogging. So you guys feel free to chime in and be a part of the community and ask questions so other people that don't want to ask the question can still get answers, you know, because everybody doesn't want to talk necessarily. But if you guys want to get into real estate the quickest way, you know, you can wholesale a property pretty quick. You know, cash flow is slow. So what you really want to do is spend your time on looking at properties. All you got to do to get education is go up and down your own street, right? I don't know what neighborhood you live in. Maybe it's profitable, maybe it's not. Maybe you need to go to the next neighborhood over. But either way, you got to figure that out by asking questions and seeing what type of price point you're at compared to what the properties can sell for, right? You need to find other investors in the area so you can resell that property. There's 100 ways to do this, guys. You don't have to take anybody's necessarily, you got to take somebody's advice sooner or later, but you don't have to take everybody's advice. You got to figure out somebody that connects with you and so that you can understand and get the information from. See, first off, this is what I would do, guys. I'd search in my own neighborhood for the properties, go out, go drive for dollars. I'd go out, look for any hot property that had anything wrong with it as far as maybe the grass is just long. Sometimes properties have vacant cars on them. They have busted out windows. They have, you know, all these different reasons. They got a tarp on the roof. Well, these are properties that I would target. And once I got these properties targeted, I'd write down the address. I'd come back home and I'd go to a website called Deals for Me Now. And I'd research that property. You pay maybe a few $100s a month for Deals for Me Now. It's not free, but it's a website that'll probably make you some money because they're going to give you the owner's information. Once you get their information, you can either call them, send them a letter, send them a postcard. You can, you know, you could door knock if they were there, you know, right? So, and that wouldn't cost you nothing to go knock on their door. If you see the property and there's a car, you know, in the driveway, maybe you go knock on the door. You know, that's a tough sales job to have, to go knock on doors. But some people can do it, some people can't. It's all depends on how bad do you want it. You gotta think, how bad do you want this shit? You gotta think about it. You can't be out here whining and crying about every hard task that comes up and say, oh, I couldn't do it because the guy emailed me the other day, or what did he do? He commented and said, oh, I live in Ontario, I could never do it. Well, you can't do it then. You think somebody else in Ontario is doing real estate? Come on, man. You think somebody in Ontario didn't start from being broke? Come on, man. You got to be serious at some point in time with yourself and stop coming up with all these excuses. 'Cause I can't help you. If you say you can't, you can't. There's no reason to even, you can stop watching the video right now because there's nothing else to it. I can't help you. You know, if you need help, then you watch until the end because I'm going to use these two papers right here and show you exactly how to wholesale a property, okay? And it's going to be that simple. And it takes about 30 seconds for me to show you how to do it. It's not going to be a whole lot of moving parts, man. I try to keep this shit simple because I don't go to trigonometry class and I don't go to college and all this. So what I'm getting ready to do is going to be very simple for you to understand and get a hold to and grasp onto and be able to make money. One of my lights went out, but look, we're going to keep rolling. Look, guys, what I'm going to do here is show you guys exactly how to make money with no money, okay? That's the key to this video right now. And me telling you about cash flow is slow. You do not want to have slow cash flow, okay? Not early on. Later on, once you stack up and build up a lot of money, then you can get that slower cash flow later on, okay? And then you start building wealth with that later, which is still good. But early on, you want to build up to get 4, 5, 6 properties to make it a lot quicker of a growing concept. And I don't want you stuck with one rental and thinking that you're getting ready to get rich, and then they call you to fix the toilet tomorrow, and you start crying because you ain't got the money to fix the toilet for the rental, and you just kind of bust it out, and you're kind of breaking even every time the roof has a leak or this and that. There's other problems that come along with rentals. You got to manage the rental too. I mean, until you get to a point to where you can hire a manager, right? So you got to think about this stuff before you just go in and try to listen to everything everybody's saying online necessarily. You got to use your own brain and know what works for you. Like for one man, it might be okay for him to go out and get a rental because he has a cousin that's already in real estate that manages the property. And another guy, it might be okay for him to flip properties because he has a brother that's flipping houses. So everything is not for everybody. You just have to figure out what's for you and then take it from there. And you have to have an I can do it attitude. If you don't have that attitude, it doesn't matter if it's real estate. It doesn't matter if you're selling cars. It don't matter whatever you could think about doing. If you can't do it, you cannot do it. Don't worry about it. Don't waste your time. All right. And this ain't what this channel is about. It's about I can't do it and crying and whining. Look, just ask a question and boom, I can help you out. Maybe we can get it done. If not, then we can't. Okay. This is what Mike P do. I make it happen. Look, guys, I'm gonna make this shit this simple for you. You waited long enough. Look, there's 2 pieces of paper, right? They're both called purchase sale agreements, right? They're identical, okay? They're identical. One is for the seller. The door that you knocked on that we talked about a minute ago, you go knock on the door and ask the seller for one price. Let's say $100,000 I'll buy your house for, okay? They agree to that $100,000 price. You say, all you gotta do is sign this paper. In 30 days, I'll have your house sold. But you don't need any licenses or anything to do this, by the way, in any state that I know of, period. You get them to sign that paper for 100 grand. You tell them you'll sell it in 30 days. Boom, you give it to them. Now you go out, you find you a buyer. You got a seller, now you need a buyer. You find you a buyer at $125,000, let's say. The buyer signs it. It says, yes, I'll sell the property at 125,000. I want to buy the property, at 125,000. Fine and dandy. Now you got one for 100 that you are going to buy it for, and you got somebody at 125 that wants to buy it from them. So now you're going to take these to the title company. They're going to do what we call a double close, guys. Boom. You put the papers in. There's 100 and 125. Guess who gets the difference? You. Okay? You get the difference. It's as simple as that. Once you put that into the title company, they'll make sure that you get the difference of the 25. The light come back on, guys. Great. They'll make sure you get the difference of $25,000. Okay. I told you guys I ain't doing a bunch of editing and all that shit here. If the light comes on, it comes on. If it goes off, it goes off. The damn battery's low. Okay. I don't know what else to tell you. Look, you just made $25,000 with or without a light. You understand where I'm coming from? That's 25 grand that easy. Now you say, Mike, but how do I find a buyer for the property? Go to Facebook Marketplace maybe, right? There's investors on there in your city, whatever your city is, Facebook Marketplace. Tell them you got a deal, 125 grand, right? You bought it for 100. You got 30 days to sell it to this guy for 125. Once you get him to sign at 125, what if he only wants to sign for 115? Do you not need 115,000 right now? Excuse me, 15,000 right now? Do you not need 15,000? You can even make it 10,000, right? Whatever you got to do to get the deal done, man. Make you a quick 10,000, 25,000. You go out, you hit the streets, and you do it again. And you do it again. You just keep doing it. Pretty soon you get you a partner. You both go out and do it. And then you find ways to scale the business up, right? You do cold calling just straight off of dealsforme.com. You just cold call. You just get there. You stay online. You don't even drive for dollars no more. You can just get the addresses off the street, boom, and go straight to dealsforme.com. Get the addresses, bam, you're in the door. And then you just send out either cold call, send out letters, either one. It might cost you a little bit of money at that point, but I mean, if you got $0 and 0 cents, I mean, you're at that point you at least have the 15,000 or 10,000 from the first deal, right? You invest that back into your company. Does that make sense? That's what I would do, right? You don't want to go out and buy a bunch of new pair of shoes, new car, and all this stuff. Let the big guys do that stuff. You just stay. If you're on the bottom floor, stay on the bottom floor. Don't go out showboating and you ain't got no money to buy nothing, to invest back in your business. Guys, I want to make this as simple as I can for you. Listen, Normally, I'm gonna be out in the field. I'm not gonna be sitting here doing a lot of talking probably because that's not what I do. What I do is invest in real estate, man, out in the field. I let these guys sit in the room and talk about it all day, but I'm gonna be actually doing it every day. Okay, so that's gonna be the difference between my channel and other channels. Is we're actually putting in the work. We ain't just sitting around talking about, oh, I did this, sitting back in the studio, saying I've done this and I've done that. Do you want to buy my course? If you buy a course from me, it's because you already done had a course. One-on-one. You know what I'm saying? You done seen the live. You done it. And now all you want to do is just get a little bit closer to it and tighten up a couple loose ends. Because some people need the course, some people don't, right? Some people need help, some people don't. It just depends on how much help you need. I didn't buy a whole lot of courses, a whole lot of classes coming up because I was pretty simple with YouTube University. It didn't take a whole lot for me, but I'm a go-getter. I want to actually get it. Most of you guys sit back here talking about you live in California. I don't give a fuck where you live at, man. Okay? That's not my thing. I'm not sitting around here making. Do you think, is there anybody in California with a deal? That's the next question you want to ask. Did anybody ever make money in California on a deal? That's the question you want to ask yourself. And I would have to say yes. Somebody in California been making money on deals. So I don't want to listen or talk about any of those excuses. That's all lightweight for me. Okay? Guys, let's get back to making money. That's all you want to focus on right now. That's the first thing you want to do in this real estate game is make you some money. And you need to solve these people's problems. And their problem is they got a hole in the roof. They want to sell and get out of this deal. They got busted out windows. The property's damaged. The property's tore up from the floor up, okay? And you want to take care of that problem. If you can do that, and then you got an investor over here that wants to make money. He got a problem too. If you can solve them two problems, you can be the middleman and make the marriage happen. Just like that. You got to be willing to put in the work though, and you got to be willing to stop crying and whining about everything and put it in every day, all day. You got to go harder than the next man. If you see somebody else put in a little bit of work next to you, make sure you put in more. It's all in yourself. Do you want to work for somebody else for the rest of your life? That's something you got to think about. It just depends on how much work you want to put in. You're going to put in work no matter what because you're going to go work for somebody else if you want to pay the bills, unless you just want to lay on the couch on your mom's couch for the rest of your life. That's up to you too. At the end of the day, we're focusing on making money on this channel, staying positive, and keeping our head in the game, all right? And you can make it just like I made it. Shit, look at me. You think when I go to the bank that I'm the first motherfucker they gonna run up to and give a loan to? Think about it. Let's be honest. Okay? I'm not, okay? I gotta put in work. If you went to 50 banks, I had to go to 150. Let's be honest. Just by the way I walk and the way I talk, okay? I know that. I ain't stupid. And I make sure I put in that extra work, okay? Every day. And I did it. And I made it. And it's just that simple. And still making it. And gonna keep making it. Because I don't quit and I don't stop. You got to have dog in you, okay? This is also a motivational channel, all right? Because you got to have dog in you every day. You got to hit the fucking ground. You got to wake up at 7:30 and hit the pavement and go until dark. Go until past dark. Between getting education, between working on your business, between taking care of your family, spending time with your family, between working out mentally and physically, all that. You got to put in all the work on all levels. It ain't just, a one and done type of deal. You got to just put in work in every area every day. It's all these little pieces every day you put together and it builds up and builds a big mountain. Whether it be money, whether it be family love, whether it be education, whatever it is, and whatever pillar you want it in, you can get it. You just got to be a dog, all right? Hey, look, I'm not going to keep running my mouth to y'all all day and all night. This is one video. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hold me down, and stay up, all right?